Hey guys, welcome to Hebrew Exegesis, our third Hebrew class together. Really excited about what we're going to end up doing. Um, One of the things I want you guys to do is to be able to translate Ezekiel 36:22 through 36. And this is how I want you to be able to do it. You can use Logos to prepare, read through, um, do whatever you need to do to uh, read through it the first time. You can study for it a good deal, but when you take the test, I want it just to be you and the quiz. So take this on your honor. Don't start and stop. Take it in one uh, setting and see if you can translate the whole thing phrase by phrase from memory. So that's what you're shooting for. You can prepare for it as much as you want, but when you actually take the quiz, I want it just to be you and the quiz. I did send the link to you, so you should have all the quizzes for the entire semester. Now, one of the things that I want us to do, and let me see if I can pull it up here, is I want us to start to do this process of making an exegetical outline. And the way you do that is take a Word document, paste the text in, try to line things up grammatically. Um, you know, I will save you from all your uncleannesses. I will not give upon you. So you're just trying to come up with a way to exegetically put similar things together. I like to use arrows and colors for similar things. So it's not for your sake I'm acting, O house of Israel. Well, I've read this enough where I know that exact phrase appears later in the end. I put it in the same color. It reminds me. Also, what we want to do is to begin to put other passages together. And so, what you are aiming for is to be able to read through Ezekiel 36, for just you and the Hebrew. G. Campbell Morgan said one time, don't preach a text until you've read through it 80 times. I don't know what other people think about that, but that seems like great advice where you're just really getting into a text. You could read this text 1,000 times in Hebrew and it's still going to pay you back. You could read it 5,000 times, it's still going to pay you back. And what will happen over the years, you'll start realizing that this passage is mentioned in other passages. And the more Hebrew that you read, the more connections you'll see, intertextual connections. Now, that only comes with years and years of daily Hebrew reading, and there's no way for us to do that, in a week. So a second best journey is to maybe get some helps. I love this book, Gary Snitcher's use of the Old Testament in the Old Testament. I just found out recently that Gary also taught at Bryan College for a while, where I teach, and so I was very happy to find that out. I emailed him. He's a very nice fellow. He does a really great thing that I love in the very back, where he does these network drawings. And he doesn't have one for Ezekiel 36, but you can always take a sheet of paper and just start doing your own network drawing. And what you're trying to come up with are the places in Scripture where Ezekiel 36 is used elsewhere. So over the years, as I've read through this text many times, I've done that, and I'll be reading through and think, oh, Jesus is quoting Ezekiel 36 in the Lord's Prayer, and you can kind of see it there. And reading through the monotheistic section in Isaiah, and you realize, wow, Ezekiel's language, I'm not doing this for your sake. I am doing this for my sake. How my name has been profaned, my glory I give to no one else. Well, it seems like that's a clear place where Ezekiel is using the prior text from Isaiah. And so the more you go through, the more you begin to do these intertextual echoes. And I remember finding this one, David's prayer in Psalm 51, create for me a lave tahor. Well, that tahar is here, and you've got lave and hadash and ruach and hadash and bakir baki in the midst of me, bakir bakin. It seems to me that clearly Ezekiel is an intertextual echo here. And so you start seeing those, and the words will help, but also I do the colors just so I can remind myself of the connection. And the more you read through it, the better off you're going to be. Now, it's interesting that I've read through this many times. I've done the exegetical outline many times. This is kind of my main one where I just keep adding to it for Ezekiel. But I did like the fact that I went to Claude and I explained to Claude doing the snitcher diagram. In fact, I asked Claude, hey, do you know what a snitcher diagram is? And Claude knew exactly what it was. And so I asked Claude, hey, could you make me a snitcher diagram for Ezekiel 36? And I explained the text that I thought were interactive. And Claude not only did a diagram, but he actually created a web page link that's interactive. And I just wanted to show it to you here. So my main text is Ezekiel 36, and I started going through the places where I thought there was a connection. Moses sprinkles bloody water to put people under the covenant, and God, as priest, sprinkles pure water, putting him under a different covenant. Well, when Claude did this snitcher, he actually did an interactive thing where he kind of spelled out what I was after, and he kind of improved on what I did. And so I did all these snitcher things. So this is like a website snitcher. And I don't know, I find it pretty helpful. And I think there's a way where you can actually share the link to this drawing. And so one of the things that we'll do is we'll go through the different places, the different connections with Ezekiel 36. So that's what we're going to do on Monday. The starting point is to be able to where you can kind of volume read through Ezekiel 36, 22 through 36. You want to be able to just look at you in the paper and just read it in, maybe in a minute or 2 minutes, and do that over and over. And then when we come together, we'll translate it, and we'll also work through the exegetical outline and look also at this wonderful tool that Claude has done in developing the Snitcher diagram, but developing it in a way where it's interactive. Hey, I'm really excited about our class, our third Hebrew class together, and I'll send this as the pre-video for our class on Monday, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.